If you've been thinking about getting a solar system, maybe a 6 or 8 kilowatt system, then time is running out because people asking for those size systems are now being told, no, you can't have that size system. You're only allowed a 3.68 kilowatt system. And if you're wanting a bigger system because you have those demands, then you really need to make a move. Now, this isn't scaremongering. It's not about grants disappearing. It's not about other things that are all written all over the internet. It's about our old aging grid system. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do about it now if you want to make sure you get the size system you want, and explain to you why this is happening, because it's based of a few reasons and you need to make your move quick before that window closes. Now, if you want to be a first head of the line, you can go to evnic.com/heatable, or you can use code EVNIC150 to get £150 off a solar system with Heatable. So what happens if you want more than a 3.68 kilowatt system? Well, currently you can still install a G98 system, 3.68, after it is fitted, but with no permissions needed. But don't take that for granted, because larger systems are getting harder and harder to get approval for. Now, most installers won't tell you this, but the UK grid is old and heavily uninvested in. And because of this, we are seeing people get rejected for the way the system works. Now, we have the national grid, which control the infrastructure up and down the UK of where power is distributed. And then we have our local DNOs that own the cables in your street to your house. Now, two things are now causing problems with this. Now, we have the EVs that are pulling more power, the same with heat pumps. They're pulling more power from the grid. And then we have solar and batteries that are both pushing power back out to the grid. Now, a lot of the cables that the DNO own were from the 1950s to around the 1970s, and back then power demand was tiny compared to today. Even when you take into consideration that people have been getting getting LED lights in the house, which has been reducing demand, but the other things like EVs and the heat pumps I mentioned are increasing that back up. Now, I want you to do a little thought experiment with me. I want you to imagine your whole street gets solar. Now, here in the UK, what we have is our electricity system, our street system, are run on 3 phases. Now, traditionally, most homes' domestic settings in the UK are only on one of those 3 phases, and each home will be assigned a different phase, 1, 2, and 3. They're colours, but let's just keep it simple. So house 1 will get phase 1, house 2 will get phase 2, house 3 will get phase 3, house 4 will get phase 1, and so on and so on and so on until you've completed the whole street. Now, each house on your street being on a different phase means that ideally the system is reasonably evenly balanced. But what happens when everyone gets solar is as you get solar put onto each phase, the voltage gets pushed up on different phases. Now, this can cause an imbalance in the system. So even if everyone in the street gets solar, every house is a different size with a different size system, and this can result in an imbalance in the system. Now, DNOs are restricting bigger systems, even with the modest 5 kilowatt systems being rejected, and I've personally seen some people's systems are being applied for and being halved, and some just outright refused by DNOs. So it means it's getting harder to get microinverter setups like mine, or large string inverters are getting hit especially hard. So what can you actually do? So number 1 is to beat thy neighbour. If you have a neighbour or a street where you are basically the only person who's not got solar yet, your chances of getting solar on a large system are getting very, very slim. If nobody's got solar in your street, then your chances are greatly increased to get the size system that you actually want. So act on a first come first serve basis with the DNOs. It's not based on who might get solar. So if you are the first, you will likely get the system that you want, just like I did. Now, the other option is option 2, and that is go big on batteries. You could install a huge battery with a modest 3.6 kilowatt 8 inverter, which is able to charge from the solar faster internally, but it's only able to push back to the grid 3.68 kilowatts. Now, it does limit what you can do with your system, but it does allow you to oversize your system and panels to store extra power. Option 3 is an export limitation. That's a G100. Now, you can oversize your array but limit what gets set back to the grid, but this can be quite cost effective because G100s are a little bit more awkward to apply for and require some extra equipment. Now, number 4 is probably the most expensive option and probably the least possible for most people, and that is to get a three-phase upgrade. So you could get your whole house upgraded to three-phase, which would require trench digging to your house and new electrics for your house to accommodate a three-phase board. It's probably the most expensive. And then the next option is to literally go off grid. So have your entire house run off solar and batteries. And again, this is a much more expensive option, but the clear message here is the sooner you act, the better the chances are that you'll get the system that you actually want. And if you want to act now, you can go to evnic.com/heatable, use code evnic150 and get £150 off a solar install with Heatable. And they are one of my best people that I recommend when it comes to solar because they fitted my system and I was more than happy with it that I even got them back to fit an additional battery. Now you can see more about that on evnic.com/solar, and I have a 30 microinverter setup with 3 batteries, and you can check out a video about that here, and you can also see my solar playlist here. Now please drop a list in the comments about what size system you're hoping to get, and I'll try and reply to as many comments as I can.